time. He was our district commodore and the first chair of the Arctic Outreach, the Arctic Community Outreach. He has done a lot for the auxiliary in Alaska and promoted the D17 auxiliary on the lower 48. So I'd like everyone to give a standing ovation to Noel and Michael Robinson.
Yes.
As some of you, Captain Melissa Burt, Commander Sector Gino, and Commodore Sholey, would you please come forward for the next award presentations.
That's why we have only 5 on this list.
The citation to accompany the award of the United States Coast Guard Auxiliary Award of Operational Merit to Michael R. Morris. Mr. Morris is cited for outstanding achievement in the performance of duty while serving as the Division I Commander, Sitka, Alaska, from January 2010 through December 2010. Demonstrating exceptional professional competence, Mr. Morris consistently enhanced Division I's overall operational readiness, completing the arduous task of qualification examiner. As one of 6 qualification examiners for all of Alaska, his role is vital to the successful operational readiness of Sitka Flotilla. Mr. Morris's experience and superb ship handling and seamanship skills were essential to the qualification and certification of auxiliary crew members and coxswains in the Sitka Flotilla. His efforts and willingness to take on additional responsibility as a qualification examiner saved the Coast Guard over $5,000 in travel costs. Mr. Morris logged numerous hours underway at dockside in support of auxiliary and Coast Guard operations. His impressive work ethic greatly reduced marine accidents, as well as helped in the education of Sitka and its neighboring maritime communities in recreational boating safety, marine safety, and vessel safety checks. Through resolute dedication and leadership, he was directly responsible for recruiting the highest quality of new auxiliary members, as well as setting a standard of excellence for the outstanding material condition of operational facilities in his flotilla. Operating in some of Southeast Alaska's most remote areas, Mr. Morris's logistical and administrative aptitude was crucial in the successful recruiting of 2 auxiliaries, as well as providing them with the operational facility needed to complete multiple boat operations. Mr. Morris's dedication, judgment, and devotion to duty are most heartily commended and are keeping with the highest traditions of the United States Coast Guard and the United States Coast Guard Auxiliary. It's safe to sit down now. Thank you, Captain. Captain Jason Fosdick, Commander, Sector Anchorage, please join Commodore Sholey for the next award. From Commandant to Rusty Sholey, Ray Miller, Charles Guin, Tom Kane, Joanne Grimaldi, Nancy Terencio, Dean Terencio, and Allie Furco. Subject: Auxiliary Letter of Commendation. I note with pride and I'm pleased to commend you for your performance of duty in the planning and execution of Operation Yukon. Sorry.
This is the gold side of it. That was the This is the gold side. It says we did a really good job.
I know with pride and I'm pleased to commend you for your performance of duty in the planning and execution of Operation Yukon Coastie from December 2008 to June 2010. Operation Yukon Coastie was a highly successful 10-day, 860-mile boating safety outreach mission along the Yukon River from Stevens Village to Caltech. 6 auxiliary members operated 3 auxiliary boats to transport Coastie, the safety boat, a popular, interactive, and water safety training robot, to 8 rural communities along the river. Rusty Scholing. From the outset of the operational planning, you recruited participants from 3 flotillas to support the project and skillfully drafted the mission's first concept of operations, setting goals and outlining logistical details. In order to ensure the safe and proper operation of 3 boats during their journey, you collaborated with Sector Anchorage to conduct stability and operational testing at the May 2010 mock packout. When faced with an unexpected family emergency, you volunteered your vessel to another coxswain without hesitation. Demonstrating outstanding commitment to the mission, you skillfully provided familiarization and river specialty training to assure the coxswain's success in your absence. Ray Miller. Following the unexpected absence of one team member, you stepped in as team leader, skillfully coordinating all aspects of last-minute logistical arrangements and underway operations, while also serving as coxswain of your boat, Not Hardly. Months before departure, you meticulously conducted complex operational meal planning that accommodated diverse tastes, medical needs, limited storage, caloric intake requirements for an underway diet. You then carefully packaged food into portable containers organized by specific meal and day of the week. A painstaking endeavor that greatly boosted team morale. Realizing reimbursement for provisions would not occur until after the trip, you generously covered all food and consumable expenses out of pocket, totaling over $1,100. Chuck Ewan. During operational planning, you meticulously developed safe navigation routes, daily river mileage goals, and appropriate campsite locations along the uncharted waters of Yukon in accordance with Coast Guard policies and crew fatigue standards. As chief navigator and coxswain for the operation, you volunteered your personal boat and used your Yukon River experience to act as the scout vessel, safely leading the team through challenging sandbar and river conditions. Refueling proved to be extremely complicated and logistically challenging. However, you patiently overcame each hurdle, adopting unique and creative methods to complete each refueling operation. Tom Kane. Initially slated as a boat crew member, you skillfully qualified as a riverboat coxswain in 2 days when the original coxswain was unable to participate, and you assumed responsibility for the other member's boat. As the operations photographer, you captured over 20 hours of video footage during the 10-day journey. Your public affairs work continued well after the conclusion of the trip, developing the official Operations Yukon Coastie documentary DVD, as well as composing an article on the mission for the National Auxiliary Publication, The Navigator. Joanne Grimaldi. As a native of Galena, your local knowledge of the people and the culture of the Yukon River and your willingness to serve as the operations tribal liaison skillfully established Coast Guard credibility in each village and paved the way for them to conduct this historic mission. Masterfully reaching out to each community, you established communications with the tribal council administrator or city manager, brief crucial arrival times to the village, delivered up-to-date information concerning navigational and river conditions, and facilitated crucial fueling and logistical arrangements at each site for the safety and well-being of the team. Without your efforts, Yukon outreach in 2010 would not have been possible. Nancy Terencio. As lead Coastie operator, you used your unique and creative teaching abilities to actively engage the children in each village, tailoring your presentations to topics applicable to river environment and conveying the importance of boating, ice, and snow machine safety. In addition to your public education effort, you acted as the beach master, coordinating camp setup, meal preparation, and ensuring the general well-being of each member. Your unfailing positive attitude in keeping with inspired the team to adapt to unexpected challenges with creativity, flexibility, and grace. Dean Terencio, as an Alaska native, your superior insight into rural customs and courtesies, as well as your engagement with and sincere interest in learning from Yukon River residents, instantly garnered critical support and facilitated a highly successful collaboration between the Coast Guard and community leaders. In addition to acting as coastie operator and boat crew member, you masterfully qualified as river coxswain for the journey. Ali Furco, you personally qualified as an auxiliary crew member, which was instrumental to the operation's success when an auxiliary member was unable to participate in the trip. Demonstrating exceptional teamwork, you seamlessly integrated into public education aspect of the operation by engaging local children in games and other activities in the village. Your interactions quickly earned the trust of the community members, which allowed the setup team to work more efficiently. For all of you, Operation Yukon Coastie was an unprecedented outreach event. Your oversight, guidance, and attention to detail were critical in the success of this ambitious and logistically challenging boating safety initiative that reached 252 children and 70 adults, all of who regularly use the Yukon River for transportation, subsistence, and recreation. Your engagement with and sincere interest to learn from the communities helped build significant partnerships with the Alaska's indigenous people and directly contributed to achieving goals outlined in the Coast Guard Arctic Strategic Plan. J.A. Fawcett, Captain, U.S. Coast Guard Commander, Sector Anchorage. From Commandant to Mr. Gary Taylor, U.S. Coast Guard Auxiliary. Subject, Auxiliary Letter of Commendation. I know with pride and am pleased to commend you for your performance of duty from May 2009 to December 2010 while serving as the Sector Anchorage Auxiliary Coordinator. During your tenure, you exhibited outstanding leadership and dedication to duty, investing hundreds of hours of your time to organize and facilitate monthly